Hero Academy 2. It's basically Hearthstone meets Hero Academy. The game board is going to be very familiar to you who have played Hero Academy 1, but the actual mechanics are very similar to Hearthstone as far as your level. You're making your own decks now. The way that packs work, a lot of the daily elements of the game, the store. Um, it's now a synchronous game, so all the games are live. You're playing against a real opponent in real time, and so your turns are timed as well. And there's elements of the gameplay to make sure that the game ends before things go too long. Now, I think that's probably enough talking. Might as well just get started with a few games here, and we'll talk about what is new and what everything's like. So I'm rank 9 right now, so you start at 25, I believe. I have not yet lost a single game. So people do not know how to play this game yet. This game is not like Hero Academy 1 in that you can realistically expect to win every game. If your opponent knows what they're doing, then there's going to be a lot of 50-50 games. But because this game is so new, people just do not know what they're doing yet. And so I've just been steamrolling really hard. But it's not going to stay that way. Come on. All right. So you got cards, you got a board, so I'm going to play this guy on the board here. He was council, right? Yeah, he's council. All right. Here we go. I'm just going to kind of take board position here with this guy, so you can see all the stats have been simplified. You can see all the Alright, this guy kind of seems like he knows what he's doing. So I don't really want to fight that guy head on. What I really want to do is I want to set up for this guy. So that means do I really want to take this out? That may have been a mistake, but it's okay. So you can have up to 5 units on the board at any time, 5 of your units. That was really dumb, I think. Okay, this guy's not actually that good. Alright, so perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. So now I can just clean him out like that. And okay. So I'm basically just building up dudes. I don't want to move that archer forward because I want to keep the archer alive. He could easily sword that. Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. It's actually probably fine. So do I want to south? I could kill this guy. I really want to kill him. So I think I probably should south him. and actually sword him. Well,
Here we go.
because he is actually a big problem. And I want to avoid... Oh, I messed that up. Well, okay. So my turn's ending here, so I gotta do this pretty quickly. But that hero unit there is really, really strong, and if he leaves him out on the board for a long time, basically he has a buff because +1 attack to anybody around him. And so if he's alive, then it's really bad news. Alright, that was pretty good for me still, though. So what I want to do here is I want to get some crystal damage in. So I'm pretty far ahead.
Here we go.
And as we get to around 10, it's going to start introducing fatigue damage, which if you've played Hearthstone before, you have an idea of how that would work. But fatigue damage basically it gives me an extra card every turn that will let me chip away at his crystals. That was nice of him. So that attack literally did nothing for him because my armor regenerates on my turn. Armor is just like HP, except it comes back on your turn. And so he removed his own armor and then gave me... he just removed his own armor and did nothing to me. So now that lets me play this Confessor. And I can clean up all his units now. So it's just like Hearthstone, where building up a board presence is really important. And if you have a lot of units on the board and he doesn't have any, well, you're probably going to win. Additionally, if you get to round 10 and you are ahead on crystal damage, generally speaking, you're going to be in good shape. Wow, did you... Okay. So placing that archer there basically just allows me to kill it for free. You got to pay very close attention to the range of all your units. Because if you're within 2 squares, then a lot of times they're going to be able to run up and attack you. And so you need to be really careful about that. Otherwise, you are liable to lose units carelessly. So I'm putting some more units on the board here, trying to maintain my advantage of having more dudes. Wow. That's perfect. So now he's on a 1 HP, but fortunately I drew this sharp poke, and that does 1 damage. So now I can just poke him down, like so. And then I will stomp him so that his revive shenanigans stop. And I'll move my trumpeter up 1 square. And now, so you have some mana, you get 5 mana every turn, up to a max of 10, but your mana can carry over between turns. So I didn't spend all my mana that turn. That's okay, because I'm just going to have 9 mana this turn. So now I can do a bunch of things instead of having to spend it all together. So what I want to do is I want to kill this crystal here. You kill 1 crystal, it actually summons more spare, allows you to have more space that you can summon dudes. So now I can summon a Confessor here, now that I've killed the crystal, when before I would be stuck back here. And that will allow me to get right up close to his crystal. Wow. Additionally, unlike a lot of other card games, you always draw back to your max deck size, which is 5 at the beginning of every turn. So any 0 mana cards that you could have that could potentially be useful are good to use. So now the game is over because I have 10 damage on this crystal. And I won. So if you played Hero Academy 1, all this should look vaguely familiar. The mechanics are a little strange, but all the fundamental concepts of the game are still going to work pretty similar to how they used to work. The biggest thing is deck building. I'm not that experienced with deck building yet. I've literally just been using what would be the equivalent of a control deck in Hearthstone, and just to play every single match because I'm not experienced enough with all the cards out there to feel comfortable building my own deck. And that's honestly, like, regardless of your deck, I mean, there's going to be advanced decks later on as the game matures that are going to be much more tailored and effective than what I've built here. But because nobody that I've played against really has a grasp of the strategy of the game, even a simple deck that I've built like this can pretty much win every round if you understand the basic mechanics of the game. So here I'm going against a Dark Elf player. Council is really good against Dark Elves because the healing hero power essentially kind of cancels out the poison. So this guy is ranked 0. So this guy is like pretty legit. So I'm going to think pretty carefully about how I play this. So I really love the Knight. He has a lot of mobility. And if I put him here, he really locks down a lot of the map. Yeah, this guy's pretty serious. This is like the equivalent of a Grandmaster player. So I think I may have played this guy once before already, but I think I won last time. But he's probably, I don't know, he might have some really crazy cards. We'll see. Yeah, so that's the power of the nudge ability. All right. So I think I can do 5. If I do I have enough? Yeah, I think I do. So I do this. I gain 2 mana. And I play Trumpeter.
Guess who's here, mother? Command. Charge.
And I can get up to 5. And because I healed him, we're just going YOLO here. This is probably too aggressive. Because I healed him, the poison status went away. But now he's got to deal with this Knight, who is really beefy. Okay, so he has to just play some removal. So that's fine.
Protect the crystal. Move it.
What?
So I don't have a huge amount of cards that I can use to exploit my advantage yet, so I'm just going to take some good board position here. Okay, gain 2. The reason I move that Trumpeter back is I want him, if he's going to deploy something to attack me, I want him to have to poke. The Trumpeter can't really do a ton of damage to the crystals anyway, so it's okay. Yeah. So now that guy's gonna get stunned. So now he can't counterattack anymore. So now when I play this, so now that got rid of the poison. So now I can clear him off. And I can also heal my Trumpeter. And more than anything, I just want him to have to deal with the Trumpeter. Trumpeter's not all that useful, other than his stun ability. So he's just more of a nuisance. This is actually pretty good that I can stream a pretty high quality game for the stream, because most of the opponents I play against don't really understand the mechanics yet, but this guy knows what he's doing, so it's a lot better. But he's down to 5 mana here, so my board presence is really strong. So I'm just really controlling him pretty well. So now that Void Monk is stunned, so now he can't retaliate against my my rook here, who is pretty strong. Archers are really weak against poison, so I'd much rather get a Confessor out here. Notice that the Void Monk swipe, so Void Monks are back. Their swipe will actually hit potentially your own units as well. So you see he actually damaged his own crystal. So that's new. So he's in a rough spot here. That's a pretty nice card to draw, though. So he's going to be able to kill my guy with the poison. But I can also clean up his Impaler with my Archer. So that's pretty nice. And then this will let me get some crystal damage in here. And I also want to get this rook out here. So I've just built up a board advantage, and I'm trying to press it as hard as I can. If this Confessor is not removed, he will be able to attack twice. If he doesn't move, so each unit gets 2 action points per turn. Basically, it lets you do 2 things. An action point is consumed by either moving or attacking. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, so he's 2 enraged. So I could actually use the Giant Slayer on him, I think. Oh no! Oh, I see. Never mind. I misunderstood. Okay. Well, that was bad. Can't do that. So I think what I'm going to do instead is we're just going to sword him. I'm going to get 6 damage on him. We're going to press crystal damage here pretty well. And then to move back here. This is fine. So now, this Council Initiative is like a really strong card because I get a random hero, which could be legendary potentially. Could be really game changing. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Alright, so he's going to blow all his removal on that. But that actually unenrages that dude. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to draw this just to see what I get. Ooh, I get an Enforcer. Wow. That is crazy. So that's like one of the best cards that I could have gotten. So let's kill his crystal, because we're going to do that for sure. But, yeah, so I don't think there's any reason not to just move him forward. And then I want him to attack my Enforcer, because that will bring him down to 2, and then I can finish him off with the Maiden plus the Gladius arc here. Additionally, I'm threatening his crystal by moving up here. So I'm feeling really, really strong position-wise. Additionally, so round 10 happens, we're going to start getting those fatigue cards. So I've already killed one of his crystals, so even if we just play even for the rest of the game, I'm going to beat him out as long as he's not able to damage my crystals. It'll take about 5 extra turns. But he's got a lot of problems on the board, and I don't think he's going to be able to deal with them. So he literally just played that guy as a blocker to block my Enforcer from reaming him. So we got some free mana. Free mana is good. I don't think there's any reason why I shouldn't just kill his crystals. Let's deploy more units here. Oh, you know, I can actually finish that guy off. Let's finish that guy off. Cool. Alright, so I got 4 units on the board. He's got 1, and his crystals are almost dead. So I'm almost certainly going to win this game. Maintain my undefeated record, yay. Which will not last at all. Wow. That's a crazy unit.
Step into my web.
What does this do? 3 enrage. So enrage is... Oops. So eulogy is like death rattle in Hearthstone. Enrage is... I forget the appropriate Hearthstone term, but... Basically, if she's below max HP, then she gains 3 damage. Ooh, wow, that's really good. So let's do this optimally. So let's see where this... So when I summon this guy, I'm going to get +2 damage on one of my units. Okay, so I got it on the Enforcer. So in that case, I'll just kill her. And then do a bunch of crystal attacks. Oops, I can't. I kind of messed that up a little bit. I should have moved the archer slightly differently so she could attack the crystal, but I'm so far ahead, so it's okay. So now we're in overtime, so you get to see the... so these are the fatigue cards, so he's going to get some free damage on my crystal. Wow, that's a pretty cool unit. So when this unit's summoned, it stops all KO'd heroes that are on the board, of which there are none right now. So now the game is over, obviously. Whoop. Cool. So I just beat a rank 0. That was pretty good. But yeah, that guy definitely, like, he knew what he was doing. I just think that Council is really, really strong compared to the other squads. Um, maybe it's just because nobody really knows how to use the other squads yet. But Council certainly seems like the best, just because they're like the Footman is actually the Footman or the Knight, whatever the Knight unit is just crazy good because of the armor. It's pretty remarkable. Like in Hero Academy 1, the Knight is fodder, but in this game, the Knight is just insanely strong. 5 HP plus an armor. And you have a lot of ways to buff his attack. So it's pretty nuts. Alright, it's the same guy again. Great. I'm just gonna fight this guy forever, apparently. Okay. So this is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna get this Magister out. He's really crazy strong. And I could potentially get him out next turn. If I want to. Not sure if I want to yet, but we'll see what he plays. Okay. I might opt not to play him. Instead, I think I want to threaten up here because I've got this Justice card.
Protect the crystal.
And I want to surprise him with that, basically.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna. Okay, I want that to go away. So I want to be able to deploy dudes there. And if he comes to this tile here, then I want to be able to deal with him. Okay, good. So he kind of fell into my trap there a little bit. So I'm going to play this Justice, and then I'll be able to take out that unit. For free, hopefully. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well this kind of changes things a little bit, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this.
Get back.
And I want to heal this guy. Otherwise this Wood Monk will come in and mess me up.
Yes, sir. Sire. Yes, sir.
Moving. Moving.
Alright. We're going to try this. I'm not sure what this is going to do for me, but I'm interested. Alright. So you got removal. Okay. So I have smelling salts though, so I can bring him back if I want. Oh no, so he's gonna die to the poison. Okay, I understand. That's fine though. Interesting. So it seems like he's kind of racing me a little bit. But I've got the siege barrels, so I might be able to win a race. Question is, so how do I? So I want to heal the footman. I think probably do training routine on the footman this term.
Moving. Get back.
I'm the king.
So the siege barrels does 2 in AoE, including crystals. So if we get into a crystal rush, then I can probably win. I just need to plan ahead for it. Wow, that unit's crazy. That's pretty bad.
I failed the crystal.
Alright, that's not good. That guy is really, really strong. So one thing I could do is I could smelling salts. I could go a little YOLO basically on his crystals. I think I'm gonna get overrun if I do that. I don't think this unit is, I'm gonna draw another guy. That's not really too helpful.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think the only way we're gonna win this game
The king.
is by nuking his crystals.
Get back.
For the king.
Okay. Let me just see this here. So he only has 5 mana as well. So he can't do a whole ton. And this guy is like in a really obnoxious position for him. Because he can't move down here without clearing out this square.
I failed the crystal.
Interesting. That's a pretty good move. Okay. So I really want to get this Magister out. Like, I really need to get him out just immediately.
Protect the crystal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's the best play. Oh wow, that's super good. Okay. I'm not out of this yet. Wow, that's really good though too.
Step into my web.
Okay. So I'm probably toast here. So this guy needs to come on no matter what, for sure. And it goes without saying.
Yes,
So at least I can kill that guy.
Moving. Get back.
It's whoops. I made a mistake. So when I moved him away from the cleric here, he lost his +1 attack. So I didn't actually kill him. So that was a pretty bad mistake. So I'm pretty much dead at this point. That siphon is what really got me this time. So now he's deciding whether he wants to kill my footman or just go straight for the crystals, I think. So let's see. I mean, I don't think there's a card that could save me. Not that I know too much. I don't think the Bow Maiden's going to save me. Well, I think I can hold out another turn. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So when if he nudges his Necro forward, he can get the like 2 attacks on the crystal. So it should be lethal in the next turn or two, because we're going to basically start to fatigue out. I think I shouldn't have gone as aggressive this game because I had the Magister, who is I don't think that was the right move. I had the Magister, who is a really good unit, but he synchronizes really well with the other units, and so if I had tried to play a little more conservatively instead of doing a lot of crystals, so I could basically play to use the siege barrels instead of playing to use the Magister, and I think I should have done it the other way around. Yeah. I won't use the siege barrels because I have a feeling that when I queue again, I'll just find him. But yeah, that Necromancer card is really crazy. He's got 2 attack, and it's splash potentially. And ranged units in this game do 3. No one likes pickles. It's true. Nobody likes pickles. All right, we got somebody different now. So yeah, playing a footman in the middle. It's hard to go wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
Hard to go wrong with that. Footman in the middle.
Protect the crystal.
Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get here from that. Wow. Allies with custom weapons, game +2. What does that even mean? I'm not entirely sure what allies with custom weapons gain something. I'm not 100% sure what that actually means.
Sire. Yes, sir.
But I've got some sick units right now, so I want to play this a little slow. Smithy is crazy, though. Maybe he'll decide to come forward. Okay. That guy is crazy strong now. But unfortunately for you, I can deal with that. Smithy's going to take a beating, but I can clear him. All right. So only a 5. It'd be really nice if we get that battle shift out, because that battle shift will actually heal my units. So what I really want to do here, I just want to pull you back. And we're going to invest in this archer a little bit. And I'm hoping I can kind of keep myself alive here, all these guys, until I can get this battle shift out, and then all these guys are going to be healed and I'll be way ahead. I don't know if that'll actually work out or not, we'll see. So all I need to do here, that's not what I meant to do. That was really bad. Okay, well. That was not how I drew it up. Not how I drew it up. Wow, he has his own smithy. Okay, so I guess that's what custom weapons means. So that's not actually going to work out for you, though. Thank goodness. So I have a battle chef, and that's going to heal my guys up. And then I'm actually going to be able to ranged deal with that guy. Yeah, this seems fine. Seems fine. So I'm on the back foot a little bit here, but I'm starting to assemble a pretty strong ranged force. His units are really good, though. I don't know what he's thinking doing that, though. That's actually too much. That is actually too crazy. So can I do 8? So it's 3, 1 short, I think. So I drop a confessor, I'm okay. I have to like unload everything into this smithy though. But that's fine. We can unload everything into the smithy. So the nice thing is, even though these guys are still alive with 1 HP, they get counterattacks. So if he wants to clear my low units off, he's still got to eat a counterattack, which is going to take 3 damage off this knight, which will allow my range units to clear him off without taking any damage. So that's cool. This guy is just like full aggro. Full aggro.
Protect the crystal.
Yeah, I think this is good enough. again, he's just running at me with all his dudes. But you can see I've built up enough units here that he's going to really have a lot of trouble maintaining this pressure. He's just running dudes in. But next turn I'm going to have the Justice card on this rook. And then his dudes are going to start dropping pretty quick. Alright, so because this Confessor doesn't need to move, he can actually attack this guy twice. That allows me to clean him up with that. Shoot the archer here, and I actually want to heal the Confessor so that he needs to buff this guy up in order to and actually I think it's better to training routine him. This will make him safe unless he has any other new cards. So you'll have to spend some removal to kill that Confessor. Because he could use the hero power on this guy to bring him up to 2 attack. Okay, so he's going to use the Justice. That's fine. I got one of my own too. So now I can clear him off of my ranged units for free. So that's nice. And now I'll stomp him, make sure there's no shenanigans going on there.
Yes, sir.
Moving.
And then let's move up here. I want to leave the possibility for siege barrels. So there's no need to buff that knight up, it's okay. The 2 mana is more useful than putting the sword on the knight right now.
Protect the crystal.
And I can kill that rook with my remainder of ranged units. So this game has gone on a long time. Neither of us have done any crystal damage to each other. But because I was so patient, the patience has actually paid off. And now I'm too far ahead.
Get back.
And the king. And the king.
Protect the crystal.
Is he able to remove my knight? Oh, you know, I can't use the siege barrels. That's a shame. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to YOLO on his crystals.
Chop, chop.
Get back.
Because with fatigue, this basically puts him on a timer where he'd have to kill all my crystals in like 2 turns,
Destiny.
which is not going to happen. It's like I could clear that dude off the board, but does it really matter? No. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to win this turn anyway. When you're ahead, it becomes his responsibility to clear your dudes off the board.
Command. Command.
Okay. Alright, another one for the good guys. Cool. I'm 1 short of my dual chest. Dual chests are like daily play a few matches and get a few premium currency gems. That unit is not that useful, I don't think. What I really wish I'd done is I wish I had played that attack pony. But I don't have the choice anymore. So, regardless, here we are.
You cannot hide.
I want somebody on the board at least. If he wants to fight me, he's going to have to use poke. Okay. That's a mistake. He should have poked. If he had poked me. First of all, this is just bad.
Guide me, of course. Guide me.
Like, it's just bad.
You cannot hide.
I should have not done that, but it's okay. I should have played that a little differently. I should have done the footman there instead and then sorted him. Boars. The RNG boars. So I'm not really interested in fighting against that.
Destiny. Guide me. Command.
Much more interested in
Guide me, of course.
killing his crystals. Because these units don't do much damage, and so I can just ignore them and force him to kill them. Hello. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Okay, so what I want to do here. What do we want to do here?
Command. Charge.
So we're definitely going here. We're going to kill this back crystal.
Command. Rush.
We're going to go here. We're going to kill them. He's too scary on the board. We want to sword him. Because this will let me get 6 damage on this crystal. The question is, do I play Footman or do I heal him? If I heal him, then he's going to have to play something else. Yeah, I think it's better. Because so if he attacks this guy and then brings him down to 1, he can just poison him as well, and it'll automatically kill him. Now this forces him to do something else in addition to poisoning him, but he's got an impaler. So if he's smart, he's not going to attack me with the impaler. Nope, he attacked me with the impaler. So now I can deploy you. This gives me 5 damage here. And this game is totally over because if nothing else happens, I can just wait for turn 10 and then plink down his 2 crystals. He also can't do anything about my knight there. So that's the end.
Command. Rush.
So I got a dual chest. What do we got here? 5 gems. So yeah, so what's going on with this stuff? So currency. So in the game, gems are used for like rush operations, so you can like speed up stuff if you don't want to wait. You can buy premium packs, which I don't feel like doing. Or you can actually buy campaigns. They've got some single player campaigns, and you can spend your gems to unlock those. I'm playing on an emulator, and so I don't actually have the ability to buy things. So you can see these are all in-app purchases you have to pay real money for. But I can't do that on my simulator, so there's not an option for me. And you can also use gold to buy regular packs, which if you play Hearthstone, it's exactly what you'd expect. Looks like you can buy gold with the gems as well. So we unlocked some challenges when we leveled up. So let's check these out. So they got a bunch of single player missions here. A lot of these are just to teach you how to play the game. Highly recommend anybody starting the game to do these. They especially introduce you to a lot of the legendary cards. The legendary cards for each squad have a lot of unique abilities that it's really important that you understand the mechanics of. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to really use them well. So let's take a break from the competitive games here and just do some single player. Spooky. Alright. So what is this? Wow. Nice of them to like put me in a situation where all these guys are on my crystal. What am I supposed to do about this? Oh, so he's got 2 life on his crystal. So I think the idea is I'm supposed to like straight all non-veiled heroes. What does that even mean? What is a veiled hero? I don't know what any of this stuff means. What's the verdict? Do I like it? Yes, I do like it. It is very different. It really plays a lot like Hearthstone. But there's a lot of depth to this game. Skill absolutely matters. It's got a lot of potential. It doesn't feel too punishing, but it's definitely exercising different muscles than the First Hero Academy, where in the First Hero Academy, like you can pretty much win 90% of your games if you are the better player. In this game, it's probably going to be like 75% or something like that. And obviously, the deck building component just changes everything because now instead of having 6 squads that are just preset and having the matches be pretty stable, or the matchups being pretty stable and the balance being pretty stable, you introduce the idea of a meta and all that with the decks. So I don't know. It has some performance issues still, like especially at the beginning of the games. It takes a while to load. It's still in alpha essentially, or closed beta, I guess. So it's got some time to smooth out some of the issues. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do on this thing. So I'm supposed to like rush at its crystal. That much is obvious. I don't know what a veiled hero is. Absolutely no idea what a veiled hero is. Okay, well, I'm just gonna summon like a bunch of dudes. I'm gonna run them at his crystal. Alright, I'm just gonna see what this does. I don't know what this... Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't know what that card did. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, where there's something unique in the old game that's been lost. I understand where you're coming from there. Oh man, if I had not played that spell previously, I would have won already. so I messed this up. Let's try this again. Whatever I just did worked. I just need to not randomly spend that spell. Yeah, in the first game, I mean, it was just balanced so well, and each game kind of told its own story. This one really feels like Hearthstone with a Hero Academy flavor. But I still really like it, especially just because you can play in real time. There's a lot to be said for that. I certainly missed the real-time aspect of it in Hero Academy 1, where I was trying to stream games and stuff like that, and it was just really difficult because people had to be online at the same time and play with you. Wow, missed lethal. Missed lethal. Actually, I'm not sure if he actually missed lethal. That's just speculation on my part. Oh. Weird. Okay, so if I understood the mechanics right, I guess I can just do this. Yeah. Okay. We did it. We did it. So I feel like this is a much more entertaining game to stream, and I get excited about that. But it certainly lacks like that calculation aspect to it, where you kind of had to know all the rules and you had to know like exactly how much damage this attack's going to do to this hero. Uh-oh. Game is disconnected unexpectedly. And it was a lot about preserving units for like the entire game. And this is much more of a card game. It's a card game first and a strategy game second. And Hero Academy 1 is a strategy game first and a card game second. Apparently I'm not going to be able to play this challenge. So, sorry. Let's play some more ladder here. And obviously you have to collect all the cards, so you're not going to be able to make the best decks until you have all the cards, and that's going to take either time or money, as you would expect for a game. I think that's okay. I want to see the game be successful, and in order for that to happen, they've got to make money. So they have a mechanism to do that, and seems all right.
For the king! Defend the king!
I always like trying to clear out the eggs. So if he attacks me, so he just wasted an attack. You see that armor just came right back. Just came right back. So another thing of Mana Mania, this like card is like crazy good because you draw back up to 5 every time. So this is literally just like 2 mana, and you should pretty much always use it immediately because the mana carries over.
Yes, sir. Defend the king! You cannot hide, I am of course.
No need a sword this round. I can wait next round. That maiden is dead. So this strategy that he's using is not a strategy. This is a lose the game strategy.
Guide me. Of course. Guide me.
Ay, me muero.
Fire! Yes, sir! Fire! Defend the king!
Oh,
You cannot die, of course.
so there's 0 spells. You generally want to use them because very, very rarely, I think there's been one game ever where the deck ran out of cards. So if you have cheap spells, you can just burn through and draw more cards next turn. That's going to end up being really strong.
Guide me.
That trumpeter is super obnoxious.
Guide me. Of course.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by.
Guide, of course. Guide me.
Alright.
Protect the crystal. Hmm?
This game is not terribly exciting. This guy does not know what he's doing, so we're just going to YOLO him. The next turn, that Confessor is going to do 6 damage. Bottom crystal. Wow, hello.
For my people.
That's pretty crazy.
Guide me. Guide me.
I should have played this guy first, but I didn't because I am not really paying attention.
Fire! Yes, sir! Fire! Defend the king!
Hmm? Moving. Hmm? Get back.
What the fuck just happened?
So I think the Confessor is going to die next turn. So whatever, then I just want to play the Order.
Hmm? Moving.
But right now I've got 5 units on the board, so I'm just assuming he's going to kill one, which will free up room for me to play the Order. Sure enough, there's a... Here's that. Ooh.
I failed the crystal.
Okay. So this is actually lethal.
Hmm? Moving.
So now I can deploy him here. When you deploy a unit the first turn, they have 1 action point. So if you can deploy them in range of something, then they can attack it. Wrecked Raccoon. That's a cool name. So again, we've got our mana, which we should really always use. And actually, having a knight out on the first turn is kind of ridiculous.
Command, charge!
Because his range is so much. Such a good offensive unit. That's not what I would have done if I was him. Alright,
Protect the crystal. Hmm?
I messed that up. No, I didn't mess that up. I take it back. I take it back. I didn't mess it up. So we're not gonna mess around. We're just gonna get Magister Alberic on the board ASAPly. And we're not gonna waste any time here.
Bow to me, bow.
I might actually kill that archer. You know what? I want him on the board. I made this mistake in the past of not putting him on the board when I had the opportunity to,
Go ahead.
and it went poorly for me. So I want him on the board. We're not going to make that mistake again. I was like, yeah, I could be greedy and like draw the council initiative. Maybe I get something good and blah, 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 blah. Why didn't I use sharp poke on that guy? That would have been really smart. Using sharp poke on that guy would have been really smart, but I didn't do that. Well, okay.
Hold on. Yes. Command. Charge. Command.
Alright, now we're going to do this. Got the enforcer again. Good grief. Okay, well in that case, we're done. I'm not a fan of ranged decks like this. They are just too squishy, and the damage output is too low, and you can see exactly why. Hold on. So let's take some damage on the Magister here. I don't actually care about that archer. Like, it doesn't actually matter. So I took some damage on Albrecht here, so now Alberic, that's his name. So now I can heal that damage for free. With this dude, eventually I'm going to use this sharp poke. Eventually. I promise. Maybe. This guy's cards are really not good. Oh, I need to get my knight. Rip.
Yes. Hold on. Yes.
Now we're gonna just send in the enforcer. That's not really fair. Oh, he's gonna stun my dudes.
Guess who's here, motherfucker?
This guy's actually pretty funny. Alright, so free mana. Free mana is always good. So that was a really good turn. I used like almost all my cards. If I had been playing a little more intelligently, I would have killed that crystal first. But I'm still getting used to this game. So, like a lot of the order, I just haven't mastered it yet. I don't think I can kill him this turn. Should play something so I don't waste any mana. Even though it's pretty much a waste. Because this game's over. It's over. So yeah, this is clearly demonstrating the problems with archer decks. It's just too many units with too much HP. Cool. Made it to rank 8. I think I'm going to do 2 more games, and we're going to call it a morning. We had some upload issues at the beginning of this, but it seems like now they've all worked themselves out, so that's nice. But I'd like to take a break, and I'm hoping for some more game modes. Like, I really think an arena mode would be really good in this game. Bring me Jason. Okay. Paler. Well, so that's gonna like blow up everything on the board.
Time for something.
Okay.
For the king!
Sounds good. Interesting. Well, if you want to race,
Defend the king!
I'm okay with racing. Because I have
Protect the crystal. Hmm? Moving.
siege barrels. So if you want to race, then let's race. Okay. That's what I thought.
Fail the crystal.
So now we're just gonna
Defend the king!
chill out a little bit.
Ball to me, ball. Lista. Flechazo.
For the king! Sire! Yes, sir!
Alright, I think this is okay. I think that's okay.
Look at all the meat.
I don't know about that.
Destiny! Sire! Yes, sir! Sire, defend the king!
Lista. Flechazo.
Sire! Yes, sir!
Go kill my archer. You can go kill him. I will kill your crystals, because I have 4 units and you have 1. Okay, he's going to make the right call. Kill the footman. Um,
Lista. Flecha. Lista. Flechazo.
Sire! Yes, sir! Sire, defend the king!
I should have put the knight right here. That was a mistake. That was actually kind of a big mistake. Okay. Well, so it goes.
Flechazo.
Ah, perfect timing. Boop!
Command.
Must have been something I
Charge.
did.
Command.
Alright.
Defend the king.
We're getting close to the end here. Never lucky. I can't believe... Okay. So what do I want to do here? I want to play trumpeter.
Guess who's here, motherfucker? What?
Sire.
You probably want to split the
Yes, sir.
damage.
Sire. Defend the king. Command. Charge. Command. Thrust.
Okay, so this crystal is good as dead because I've got the siege barrels. So I just need 3 damage on this one, and it'll be enough. If my trumpeter had landed on this guy instead, then I could have just killed this crystal, which would have been fine. The problem for him is that he can't really win because fatigue is just gonna come too soon. This is a little greedy. Okay. Well,
Order up.
sometimes it works out.
What? I'm going.
Chop chop. Catch.
Ball to me, ball.
Never lucky.
What just happened?
Never lucky. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, he needs a miracle. That's not going to do it. It's lethal.
Lista, lecha. Lista, lechazo.
Boom. Alright, this is the last game for today. Been going for about an hour and 40 minutes. That's not bad for a first tier Academy 2 stream. How about at the end we open a pack? We've got 2,000 gold, so we can open a new pack if we want. Okay. It's a pretty sick opening draw. So always play mana. Just always play mana. And this will let me get Magister Alberic out next turn.
Defend the king.
That's pretty sick. I might not want to do that anymore. My plan may have changed. Ah,
Hold it right there.
that's interesting. Right now, I think I would put him out there.
Sire. Yes, sir.
Ball to me, ball. Lista. Flechazo.
This is expensive.
Sire, defend the king.
But that guy is really causing problems for me. Okay, that's fine.
Flechazo. Ay, me muero.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Order up. Yes. Sire, defend the king. Ah.
I don't want to get Magistrate Alberic poisoned.
Sire, defend the king. Yes. Ah.
Keep delaying my ability to get Magistrate Alberic out.
Defend the king.
But it's okay. Whenever you're up 3 units to 0, you're feeling pretty alright.
For my people.
That feels okay. That feels okay. Alright.
Guess who's here, motherfucker?
Sire. Yes, sir. Sire, defend the king. Chop, chop. Yes.
What? Go in.
Sire, defend the king.
And this will set up finally. I'll get Alberic on the board next turn.
I shall play.
Having that Trumpeter, so nice. Just that Trumpeter. So sick.
Where did that spell go again?
Yes.
What? Go in. What?
Sire. Yes, sir. Sire, defend the king. Sire, defend the king.
The Trumpeter saved me the counterattack
Yes.
against Alberic, so he didn't get poisoned.
Ball to me, ball. Flechazo.
What the fuck just happened?
Flechazo.
Ah.
Ball
Now
to
we can
me,
do lots
ball.
of shenanigans like this.
Flechazo. Flechazo. Ay, me muero.
Sire, defend the king. Hold on.
That was a mistake. I could have gotten extra damage out. But oh well.
Sire, defend the king.
This game is well in hand. some serious upgrades on his dudes. Doesn't matter. It's got another. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Never mind. Is there any way I can like draw into lethal here? I'm not gonna need that. Well, that's not gonna do lethal, but it's still not bad. One off lethal.
Protect the crystal.
That'll do. That'll do.
Guess who's here, motherfucker?
Moving. Get back.
Good enough. Alright, we did it. So, tragically, I lost my first game today, but it's only been one. Only lost one. Ever. I'm sure it will not be the last one that I drop, but, you know, it had to happen eventually. So let's get a pack, and then we'll wrap this up. Cool. So this one's an epic. Or it's not an epic, it's a rare or whatever. Yeah, a bunch of these guys are really pretty generic cards. And you see this chance here, get you seals. You can use these seals to basically craft cards. I don't know. Its system's okay. It's okay. It's an okay system. Yeah, but I think that about does it. That's been a bunch of games to Hero Academy 2. So thanks for watching. If people are interested in seeing me stream some more Hero Academy 2, just let me know on Facebook or on Reddit or what have you, or send me a message on Twitch and say you want to see some more, and then I'll dedicate a few hours, maybe in the coming weeks, to stream again. But again, this game is not out yet; it's still in closed beta, or regional beta, or whatever you want to call it. So if you really want to play it, download an Android emulator, grab the APK. If you Google for it, you can find the APK and you can play yourself. Otherwise, you just have to wait till the robot smooths everything out and releases it to the world. I believe later this year, most likely, is what we're looking at. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.